Hey guys, I want to ask one genuine question to you. How much of your coding day is actual creative thinking? Like when you are actually spending time about real problem solving, like building something new, the stuff that which you made you want to be a developer. Be honest, right? Is it like 80% time you spend, right, to designing and thinking about doing something new? Is it 50%? Because the thing is, for most of the developers, if you actually think about it, from morning to evening, right, a lot of time of your day goes to, for example, running test after every change, checking linting error, formatting code, writing commit messages. And the truth is, none of that is creative. Okay. Most of the time, people actually spend on these, the things which we do, which gets repeated every day, right? So I'm not saying that these things don't matter. They absolutely do. I'm saying they don't need you to do them. That's the whole point of this module and about this concept, which is hooks and automation. Okay. So the idea is that don't spend time on it, right? Let Claude to handle it, right? It's not like these would be go away. It's just that you will not spending time yourself on it, rather than you focus on something doing really creative. So now let's try to understand is that what is the hooks. Okay. So a hook is a trigger, something that fires automatically when a specific event happens. Think of it like a motion sensor light, right? You don't turn the light on, right? As you walk into the room, right? Let's say you have a motion sensor on your in front of your garage, right? The moment somebody comes, right, it gets turned on, right? So the same thing happens with the hook as well. So in Claude Code, something happens in your project and hook detects it. Claude does something automatically. No input from you, no remembering. It just happens, right? So this is the pure automation, right? Here is how every hook, the way it works, right? Event. Let's take a look here. So you have got event here, you have got hook here, you have got automation here, and then you have got result here. Let's try to understand it, right? So something happens that is called the event. Okay. For example, Claude editing a file, you complete a task, Claude session starts, right? Now hook, what happens in the hook? Claude catches that event, right? Silently listening, always ready, right? So hook is always ready. As soon as that event happens, right, this gets triggered. Okay. Automation. This is where you specify that what exactly you want to do, right? If this event happening and if it is caught by this hook, what should happen? That is part of the automation. And finally, this is the outcome which you want, right? So that is how I left hand side, it is a cause and this is a effect, right? Now let me show you, right, three things hooks can do. Okay. Notify, right? So keep you informed automatically. Claude finishes a long task, right? Notification fires, it is done without checking. That is means by the notification. That kind of things you can do in the Claude, right? Guardrails, so protects you automatically. Claude about to delete a file, right? Hook fires and you get a confirmation. Ask your confirmation first every time. And then workflow. So workflow is like you chain the actions automatically. You type wrapper for today, for example. I mean, just as example, right? That you type something at the end of the day in VS Code that, hey, wrap it up for me today, right? And then what will happen? Hook fires, right? It's going to do the linting, it is going to run the test, it is going to do the commit, right? And it's going to push your code into the GitHub all automatically. So one phase, 7 steps done. So that is what the hook and automation is. So let's do one thing, guys. I mean, this is the theory. I wanted you folks to understand that what is the hooks and automation. Let's build something new. Okay, guys. So we are going to set up the most important hook first. The one I recommend every single developer sets up before anything else. Confirm before delete. So this hook fires every time Claude is about to delete a file in your projects and it stops, it asks your permission, right? So let's try to create this simple hook so you can understand how hook configuration works. Okay, so I am within the Claude and I'm going to ask Claude to set up this hook itself. Okay, so set up a hook that requires my confirmation before any before you delete any file within project. Now take a look, guys. Okay, watch it carefully. Okay, watch it carefully. So hook configuration goes inside this one .claude settings file. Okay, so I'm going to open in the meantime, and let's keep an eye on this file. Okay, and you will see that it is going to create a hook setting, and then it is going to specify it. Once it will be created, then we will actually go and we will check it out. Now take a look here, .claude settings.local.json. Let me check the existing settings file before making changes. Now let's take a look. Okay, keep some time, guys. Okay, it is trying to read all the configuration. So it is trying to configure and making everything what is needed, right? So it can notify me whenever any file gets deleted. So give some time. Let me expand this a little bit. Now let's take a look. Yes. And take a look here. Okay. Hooks. So it created hooks, and then within that it has put it all these, right? So matcher, bash, powershell, right? Because these are the one who will actually eventually it will execute and it will try to delete. Now checking for file deletion. Okay, now one thing, whenever you create the hook, one thing you should do, you should always try to reload the session as a fresh Claude session, so it is going to be in effect next time. Okay, so now look here, JSON is valid. Here is what changed. It got this and this. Okay, it added a pre-tool use hook on this one to activate open hooks. Once the setting watcher only picks up the .claude changes when the directory existed its session start, so a reload is needed. Okay, so this is what I was indicating, right? So since it is Claude level setting, so make sure that you reload the Claude session again. So let's do that. Okay, so I am going to first clear the session, and then I'm going to exit out. Okay, and clear here as well, and let's do the Claude and this one. So now it is going to load a new Claude session, and all the settings etc going to be loaded, and then hook would be loaded as well. Okay, now let's try to test this out. Okay, delete the readme file. Okay, now take a look. Okay, and you will see here. Okay, bash command, yes. Now let's keep an eye on it. Okay, let's see if our hook is working or not. Now look here. Okay guys, carefully look here. Hook pre-tool use PowerShell require confirmation for this command. File deletion detected. Please confirm before proceeding. So this is our hook which got triggered. So that's the live testing which we just did. So I'm going to say no. So this is how the hook works. Now let's try to create another hook. Set up a hook that runs npm run lint automatically after every file you. Now once again it will go here, right, and it will create another hook for the same. And whenever going forward, actually you load the session. Now whenever you are going to edit the file, it is going to run this. In the meantime, we can do something like set up a hook that runs with here automatically after every file you edit. Okay, so in total I'm in 3 hooks. The first one we created confirm before delete, second one auto lint, third one auto format, all running automatically in the background. Okay, you do not have to trigger this. You set them up once, they run forever. Code quality happens without you thinking about it. So these are just, you know, the sample and easy hooks which you can create it, and you can do a lot more, right? I mean, it is whatever you can think about it, right? You can go ahead and you can create, the hooks. Now, coming back here, right? Let's try to understand one more thing. So a few quick tips I would like to tell, right? So when you create a hook, make sure that keep them fast. What actually it means that hooks run on every event, right? So you do not want to create a hook which takes 5 minutes. That is not a automation. Okay, it's like destructive action. The whole idea behind automation is that your productivity should increase, right? So do not create a hook which runs 5 minutes or 10 minutes, right? Another thing, always confirm destructive actions. Anything that deletes or overrides, right? Always confirm, always. No exception altogether, right? So to wrap it up, right? Hooks fire automatically when events happen. So the repetitive stuff runs itself and your brain stays free for creative work. Three things, I mean, hooks can do, right? Notify, guardrails, and workflow. We set up three hooks, right? We did confirm before delete, we did auto lint, and we did auto format, right? Some of the the uh, best guidelines which you can follow. Keep them fast, right? And always confirm before destructive actions, right? Set once, automate forever. Okay, now with this learning, go ahead, right, and try to create hooks which can save some of your time which you spend daily, right?